We have breaking news here on NBA Today from Shams Charania. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been named the 2024-25 MVP. SGA, he led the NBA with 32.7 points per game. That's the most points per game in a season in Thunder franchise history. And since 2000, the Thunder have had 3 MVPs now. Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, and now Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the only franchise to have 3 different MVPs since 2000. Brian, we thought that this moment would be coming, but now, according to our Shams Charania, SGA officially named the MVP.
How's that Paul George trade? Look, he's been building towards this. He's been an all-star. Last year he was second. This year he leads his team to 68 wins. They're in the Western Conference Finals, up 1-0. Very deserving. Absolutely the right decision. That's who I voted for.
I voted for as well. I mean, he joined the company with Michael Jordan this season. 3 straight consecutive years of averaging 30.
Yep.
And or more, shooting 50%. I mean, what
consistent
else
is what he does.
Consistent his whole life. His whole life is consistent. To me, it's his poise. He does it his way. He's unbothered with what people think about his game. He puts the defense on skates. He gets to the free throw line. The poise he plays with, his demeanor, he is himself through and through. On the court, off the court, congratulations to Shai.
You know what we call him,
congratulations.
Shea Butter.
Shea Butter, because the man is smooth. Huge congratulations to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Again, according to our Shams, this just in, he is the 2024-25 most valuable player. This is something he's been working towards for.
So in a very efficient manner and put the team on his back.
So I don't think this is a hot take the way that some people took it as. I think it's just going to be a fact. But he did struggle early in the first half here, Brian. He missed 11 shots, tied for his most in a half this season, but he turned it on in the second.
Yeah, and he was able to get a lot more space in the second half. They went small, and it spread the floor for him, and he got to his mid-range.
And then how about this highlight reel, Andrea?
I mean, this is what we did a breakdown on the show yesterday. His ability to take contact, keep his eyes on the rim, and finish those plays.
And then going ahead here in the fourth quarter, in transition, he falls to the ground. Someone behind us is excited about that and still flips it up for the and one. A 31-point effort for Gilgeous-Alexander in this one. Here's Mark Dagnall on SGA's performance after the game.
He keeps himself in it. He's got a great emotional temperament. I've always marveled at that about him. He was 2 for 13, I think, at halftime or at one point in the game. And he just keeps himself in it. You know, he doesn't get emotional. He just plays the next play. I thought he was really in attack mode tonight.
And to Mark's point, the Thunder had a rough start, but they turned it around in a big way, winning the game by 26. That's tied for the 4th largest win by a team who trailed at half. And on his debut of our Insight cast last night, Tim Legler, he broke down a major difference maker in Game 1.
Let's take a look at one of many examples of Oklahoma City in their half-court defense and how difficult they make it for teams to operate. Look at the number of switches and communications that take place on this one possession. It's almost as if they're reading each other's minds. They never hang each other out to dry, and it always finishes with a contest and then a defensive rebound. So now let's put the headset on and take you into what this looks like on the court for Minnesota right now. As you're going to see the Timberwolves trying to execute their half-court offense, look at the number of switches that take place. There's the first one. Shai jumps out. Great job picking up the ball as he comes off that curl. All sets of eyes on the principal ball handler. Here again, great read to jump out to the corner, and then an automatic switch by Caruso on that dribble penetration. Here's the only mistake they make. Caruso takes a bad angle. They actually get beat baseline and still look at the backside. Chet Holmgren comes over to make a play. You've got the weak side big pinching down on Gobert to take away the lob threat, but then still is able to get out to the corner for the closeout and contest when this pass is made for the corner 3. So Oklahoma City almost perfect on this possession, and even when they aren't, their effort and their determination to make a play allows them to get a stop. Look, this was a big theme in the second half of Game 1, so now the adjustments come from Minnesota. You've got to get better balance in your offense and figure out a way to attack them inside the three-point line.
I gotta say, Legs, they nailed your hair in cartoon Legler land. If you want, though, to hear more in-depth analysis from Tim Legler, one of the best in the business, he'll be on the Insight Cast again for Game 2 on ESPN News tomorrow with our traditional broadcast on ESPN at 8:30 Eastern right here in Oklahoma City. NBA Countdown will start things off at 7:30. We'll be back on the floor. But tonight, we have a Game 1 between the Pacers and the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. The rivalry between Indiana and New York was reignited during last year's 7-game series, and it carried through the summer with Tyrese Halliburton and Jalen Brunson going at it in the ring at WWE. Oh, no, not the chair. Not the chair. Don't you do it. Not the chair.
I need to see the whole thing. I need to see the whole
thing. These teams, Andrea, well, we know you're a boxer. They bring the same energy. Can't you attest to this?
Yes.
For their brawls on the hardwood?
Yep,
So we thought
agreed.
we'd relive it. Some best moments, a little top of the top, brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. This is 5. Roy Hibbert blocking Carmelo Anthony's dunk in the 2013 East Semis. I figured you were, Brian.
It's a great play.
Wendy is such a flex. Every play we show, he's like, I was in the building.
I was in the building. He was. How about number 4, Brian? We're going to go back a little farther. 1993.
I was not there.
Eastern Conference Finals first round. You know this one, Perk. John Starks. He makes a fast break block on George McLeod's layup.
Look like something. You know what I mean?
Wrist twisted all the way backwards for that. Absolutely. We're sticking in the 90s, Brian. What about this one? 94, Eastern Conference Finals. Patrick Ewing. He saves the day with the putback dunk to help win the series in 7 games. Perk, you put away a couple of those, little putback.
That was like little bunny, little fingertips. You know what I'm saying? Little fingertips on the rim.
Easy.
At number 2, it's the 1999 Eastern Conference Finals. Larry Johnson, he gets fouled and then makes the three-pointer. It helped him take the lead in the win.
Wow.
That's
Tibbs.
number 2.
Tibbs.
If that's
Look at
number
Tibbs.
2.
Wow.
Young Tibbs.
Baby Tibbs.
If that's number 2, Brian, you know what's number 1.
I sure do.
It's 1995, the Eastern Conference semifinals. Reggie Miller, he scored 8 points in 9 seconds. It shocks everyone in Madison Square Garden.
That was a foul, by the way, but whatever. Pushing the back. He got away with it.
It just defies logic.
Analytics wanted the 3.
9 seconds.
You wanted the 3.
There are so many subplots when the next chapter of this rivalry kicks off tonight. Andrea, what do you think is going to be the matchup that you're going to have your eyes on here?
It's the matchup of the point guards. I mean, that is what this is all about. Tyrese Halliburton. Control the pace, push the pace. The point guard matchup is huge for this one.
No, Halliburton is ignitable offensively, but his biggest contribute to their offense is the speed at which he gets it. He is the guy who gets them going past the heads, and then obviously he's not afraid of taking the clutch shot.
I'm going with the big fellas. Turner and Towns. Like, that's the matchup I'm looking at. Miles Turner has been underrated. Like, his value, he don't get talked about enough. What he done in that Cavs series on the offensive end, being able to stretch the floor, but then punishing the mismatches defensively, leading the entire postseason in block shots. Karl Anthony Towns, he is the X factor in this series. He got to come out. He got to dominate. I don't want to see Karl Anthony Towns that I saw in Game 5 picking up dumbass fouls, pouting because he wasn't getting the ball. I want to see the Karl Anthony Towns that I saw in Game 6 in Madison Square Garden, where he was out there doing his damn thing, firing up the crowd, getting the ball where he wanted it, not letting smaller guys guard him. So I'm looking at Karl Anthony Towns. They brought him here for a reason. He's the guy that's supposed to move the needle. Damn it, he's going to get it done.
I got one more X factor. Last year in the series, we know OG Anunoby got hurt. We know that Braylon Brunson got hurt. But Mitchell Robinson was also not a factor in that series. He didn't play after Game 1. He ended up having to have surgery. He was a huge difference maker in the last round against the Celtics. The Celtics basically fouled him and tried to get him off the floor. His offensive rebounding is transformational for their offense.
And he switched a lot, too.
He was so important for them. I want to see, guys, do the Pacers foul? Do they hack a Mitch? to try to force him off the floor like the Celtics did.
Guess what? It don't matter if they do, because Tom Thibodeau is not going to take him off the floor. Tom Thibodeau trusts Mitchell Robinson to make those free throws, and he got the trust. He's saying, you know what? I know you can make them. And we saw as the series kept going, Big Mitch started knocking them down. Tibbs don't give a damn what Rick Carlisle's going to do. Tibbs is worried about his impact, what Mitchell Robinson is going to do on the defensive side of things.
And in previous series, like the Boston series, we saw centers on Josh Hart. In this series, are we going to see the center Miles Turner, Karl Anthony Towns on each other?
They better.
A little bit of a different feel to this. Perk, do you have any like Kendrick Perkins lanes around Texas or Oklahoma City? Do we have any Andrea Avenues?
Not that I know of.
I think there should be one going up in the future. But in the Eastern Conference right now, New York City is getting taken over by the New York Knicks. It's temporarily renaming a bunch of its streets and avenues after each of its 15 players. So you have Jalen Brunson Boulevard, Mikal Bridges Block.
Fitting.
It's
fitting.
It's crazy out there right now.
Josh Hart Street. Do you think that Tibbs has like a Tibbs cul-de-sac?
He don't want Tibbs don't want that, but the fact that they had to call the national